Well, good morning. Today is Tuesday, May 23rd, and we have one birthday. Today is Stacy Carpenter, who is WV Running Don's wife. So, Stacy, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Stacy. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Well, I hope you have a great birthday. Look how nice this is. I'm outside. It's beautiful. I'm just like in my glory. Look at the summer feeling. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go for the summer. Let's get started. All the greenery. I'm sure you're going to hear the birds in the background, along with all of the lawnmowers and the leaf blowers. Right now, if you're hearing a background noise, it's I have a slow leak in one of my tires. I think it's a rim leak, to be honest with you, because I put brand new tires on all the way around. Don't you feel like an adult when you buy 4 tires all at the same time? It's like, and even that, I think it was like $800 or $900. It was ridiculous how much I paid for the tires. But I still continually have a leak, and I never know exactly which tire it is, because when I get my oil change and I get the tires rotated, I don't pay enough attention to have them check and see. Then I could just buy a new rim for the tire that it's got the leak. But anyway, so Jim, we have an air compressor, so Jim's gonna put the air on it. I had to yesterday I was bringing Kylie to her doctor's appointment, and it's probably about a good 25-minute drive from my house. And we were like 3 minutes from the house, and my low pressure light came on, and I was like a nervous wreck, because I'm thinking, I'm gonna get a flat tire. I'm gonna get a flat tire anytime now. And I had to go through all the school traffic. I had to pass 3 or 4 different schools. So it was just at the time when all the kids were getting out of school, so the traffic was horrendous. The lights weren't timed right, and the construction. I'm thinking, this is taking me forever to get here, because it did take me an extra 10 or 15 minutes to get there. And then when we got there for her appointment, I'm thinking the whole time I'm sitting in the appointment, I think, oh, the air's going out of the tire. The air's going out of the tire. So, and then when we were driving home, I thought, well, I got to go to Kroger's because I want to get my dinner. I had baked a piece of chicken with some, I keep calling it asparagus, it's artichokes, and mushrooms, and I cooked them all at the same time. I baked them all at the same time, and let me tell you, it was a delicious meal. I couldn't even eat the whole piece of chicken. I only ate half the chicken, so I'm going to have the other piece of chicken probably tomorrow for my lunch. But anyway, so I was like a wreck, and then David just called me a little while ago and said, could you pick Alyssa up from school? And I go, yeah, I can do that. And oh my gosh, I got no air in the tires. I have no air. I have air, but I'm always afraid. The one time I drove forever on it when it said low pressure. This was before I got new tires. And I could hear when I was braking, I could hear like noise. And then I thought, no, I got to get some tires. So the very next day, Jim and I drove the car up to Bell Tire, and I got some all new tires, 4 tires. But when we were driving there, I looked, and it was like it left a black mark. And I'm thinking it was from my tire. Like the brakes were like, I don't know how. Whenever I was braking, the tire was so low, it was like it left a mark in the street. So I thought, oh my gosh, I need to get new tires. So I don't like to get it too low. But anyway, so that's what Jim's doing now. So, but then David called and said, no, Alyssa's getting a ride home from her friend. His name is Gavin. They're friends, is what she tells me. So, and I just think she's too young to have a boyfriend. But I met Jim when I was 16. So I just, just like when you're 16, you just think like, I am 16 going on 40. I know it's 17, but when you're 16, you just think you know everything, and you're so old and you're so mature. And I look at Alyssa and I'm thinking, I was that age when I was going out with Jim. It's like TMI, the things I was doing. I can't believe it. No, my Alyssa would not be doing that. But I know. Not more so nowadays than when I was growing up. But and then I was watching something on TV. They were showing John Fetterman was like not on the Senate floor, but he was up on the Senate council thing making a speech or something. Because I guess there's a dress code. If you're on the Senate floor, you have to dress appropriately. And he had shorts and a sweatshirt on. which I found totally disrespectful. I find that disrespectful. I find that, what's that other guy's name? I never call him by his real name because I can never remember what his name is. I call him can't afford a jacket because he never wears a jacket. And I'm thinking, you should wear a jacket. What is his name? Oh my gosh, I'm because he's not important in my life, so I don't really care about him. But I just think it's just a matter of respect. And it was just when I was growing up, you had school clothes and play clothes. You had good clothes, you had church clothes. If you went somewhere, you put your good clothes on. If you went to church, you put your church clothes on. You went to school, you put your school clothes on. When you were just hanging out with your friends, you wore play clothes. And let's face it, play clothes are just school clothes that didn't fit you anymore. They were ripped, they were torn, they were small, they were, those are your play clothes because you were just going to tear them up. But, oh my gosh, I'm still trying to think of his name. He's the head of the, one of the committees. He was a wrestling coach. I know he's from Ohio. I can remember all of this stuff. I can remember he was a wrestling coach. I know he's from Ohio. I know he's a Republican. I know he's in the House of Representatives. I can't think of his name. Anyway, he's not important in my life. He's nothing. Another time when Ted Cruz came in his workout clothes, I'm thinking, would you go to work in your workout clothes? No, you come to work with your work clothes on. So anyway, it was just reminding me of, like I was talking about a list of being things were different then than they are now. Now I think that people are just way too casual. And I think that's why people get away with so much more crap. It's because they're just too casual. I mean, we would have never thought of acting like a fool if we were all dressed up. But if you're like all dressed up in like play clothes, then you can act like a fool. Who cares? But okay, now I'm getting on a rant. Get off this rant, Sandy. Let's get off this topic. I've started another book called Silencing Eve by Iris Johansson. I have books everywhere in my house. I'm just like, I love books. And I'll see a book, or somebody will give me a book, and I'll put it on my bookshelf. Sometimes I'll read, when I read them, I pass them on to the library. Other times I read them, I pass them on to friends. Sometimes I read them and put them back in the bookshelf to read them again. I have never read this one. I don't know how long I've had this one, but I started reading it the other day and I really like it. But it's, when it comes to Eve Duncan, never say never. Is she dead or is she alive? That is the question on everybody's lips. Eve appears to have been the victim of James Doan, the psychopath who kidnapped her and forced her to use her skills as a forensic sculptor to reconstruct the skull of his depraved son. Doesn't that sound like it's right up my alley? That's what everyone attending her funeral thinks, at least. But not even some of her top brass colleagues know for sure whether her death is a hoax or a way to install a brutal captor once and for all. But even if Eve really is still alive, how much longer can this charade continue before she falls into even greater danger? CIA agent Catherine Ling will waste no time trying to find out. Years ago, Eve risked everything to help Catherine find her missing son. Now Catherine, along with Eve's beloved Joe Quinn and Jane McGuire, will go to the ends of the earth to save her. I just started to read it last night, and I'm only on page 28, but I'm finding it very interesting so far. So I'm reading that. I've already eaten my breakfast. I'm going to show you, like I told you, I'm going to show you my food this week. I made a scrambled egg mess omelet. It had onions and green peppers and red peppers and mushrooms and spinach in it. I had like a tablespoon of cheddar cheese, or Mexican style cheese. And then I've been craving hash browns, like the McDonald's hash browns. The hash brown patties, I just love them. And I found them at Walmart the other day when Jim and I were looking for the cake mix. The marble cake mix. They still make the cake mix. They do have it on Amazon. But if you go like to Kroger's or even, Meijer's or Walmart's, the box of cake is like $1.99, $2.99 at the most. On Amazon, they want $5.99. I refuse to pay $5.99 for a box cake. That's just ridiculous. And so what I do is I make a yellow cake, and then I make a chocolate cake. And then when I make the yellow cake, or the yellow batter, I put it in the pan, and then I make the chocolate batter, and then I put it into the yellow batter, swirl it around to make it a marble cake, and then I make the cupcakes with the remaining chocolate batter. But that seems like too much cake, even for me, too much cake around here. So, and then tonight I'm trying to find I tried to put it in my recipe builder for the California chicken. Now it's a grilled piece of chicken with some avocado, some cheddar cheese, and it has like a lime sauce on top of it. And when I do it in the builder, it comes up to be like 16, 17 points. But on the calories, it shows that it's only 850 calories. So today's the day I'm going to go for calories rather than points. But we'll see. I mean, so anyway, for breakfast I had that. I had the hash browns, and I had a cup of tea and a glass of orange juice with it. And then when I first got up, I was a little bit hungry, and I was going to have a hard-boiled egg, but I thought, no, I'm going to have scrambled eggs for my breakfast. So I think I'll just have grapefruit and a banana, because I have a banana every day. I like to get the potassium out of the banana. I know I can get it from other things, but I'm not tired of the bananas. The berries, like I said, I still have berries in the refrigerator, so you'll still see berries on my plate for a little while. I have Rubbermaid Fridge Smart containers that keep them fresh for weeks on end. I don't wash any of my fruit. I put them right into the Fridge Smart containers, and then I wash my fruit as I use it, and I think that's why it lasts a little bit longer. And then I think that they're covered. They can't pick up any of the other things from in the refrigerator, the smells or whatever. So I think that's why they last a little bit longer. So, like I said, the peaches yesterday were a nice change that I had with my cottage cheese. But I think that I was in the past thinking of tracking as just like I was a prisoner to it. It was like I didn't like tracking. I just really didn't like tracking. And I think the reason I didn't like tracking because it was really kind of holding me accountable. I think that I always use the excuse that, if you track it, then you're a prisoner to your food. Like you're just consumed with food. That's all you're ever thinking about is food. But in this past month where I've not been tracking, I have been only thinking about food, and it's trying to satisfy the urge of things that I like I want to binge on something, but I don't know what I want to binge on. So like I would go like crazy with the Cheetos. I get like a bag of Cheetos and eat a whole bag of Cheetos, and I'm thinking, no, that didn't do it. Maybe it's something else. And then I go into the candy basket and I'd start eating the candies, and I'm thinking, no, that's not what I want either. And then I think, well, I went to my bakery. I got my Hodel, what do you call it? Well, Hodel's is the name of the bakery, but my cake that I love, I got that. Okay, now I'm starting to get worried because I can't even think of the name of the cake I like. Today's not a good day for me memory-wise. It's not being a good day. Turtle cake. Thankfully that came to me because I was starting to get worried there. I really was starting to get worried. I couldn't think of my favorite cake. But anyway, I went and bought a turtle cake. I bought the whole damn cake. I didn't eat the whole damn cake, but I bought a whole big cake, and I cut it up into pieces and put it in the freezer. And like I told you, I'll eat a frozen piece of cake. And I've eaten that whole cake this month. I didn't eat it all I ate it in a month. So 12 pieces of cake in a month. Not even a month. Today's only the 23rd. 12 pieces in 23 days. That's bad. That's like one every other day. And if I'm truthfully going to be honest, which I am going to be truthfully honest, some days I had 2 pieces of cake in one day. So, is it any wonder? But now I have to think of, it's not so much a prison, like I'm not in a prison, they're not prison walls. It's more like a guardrail. It's kind of keeping me from falling off track. It's like, like a bumper car, like I can bump on and bump back. And I just think that being more aware is going to make me make smarter choices. Because when I try to quench the urge of something that I want, whether it's sweet or salty, I went to the far end of the scope of it. I ate way too much sugar, or I ate way too much salt, or I ate way too many chips. I had chips and dip. I went back to drinking pop, and I knew that I was in trouble when I started savoring my pop like you would savor a drink. You know, like when you have like a, well, scotch is not my drink, but like if you had a scotch and you just kind of like roll the glass and watch it splash, and then you take a little sip, and then you just like feel it burn going down your throat. That's what I was doing with my pop. And then I thought, oh my gosh, Sandy, this is why you don't drink vodka. This is the exact reason you don't drink vodka, is because you get such pleasure out of just the of it. Yeah, so I thought, no, we have to. So that's why I decided. And like I said the other day, if I'm being really truthfully honest, not truthfully, brutally honest, so I wasn't showing you my food because I didn't want you to see how badly I was eating. But you can see it. You can see it in my face. You can see in my clothes. You can see how I look, my complexion, everything. You can see that when I'm not eating well, that's what's happening. So, but I'm going to meet Sophia and Christy for dinner at 5 o'clock. I'll get them on film. And just going to sit back here and enjoy the nice weather and read. So let me show you what I had for breakfast. I don't think I told you what was in my omelet when I show it, but I just told you. Spinach, green red pepper, mushrooms, onions, cheese, eggs. It was delicious. So here's my breakfast and my lunch and my dinner. And I'll probably be back and closing it out. So talk to you soon. Okay, I'm going to start my day with a grapefruit, a banana, and a glass of water. Well, I suppose this could technically be called my lunch. I'm going to have a hash brown for 5 points, 2 slices of center cut bacon for 2 points, so that's 7. A tablespoon of strawberry jam for 3 points, so that makes it 10. 2 points for my bread, so it's 12. And 2 points for my orange juice. So it's a very high point breakfast, but I haven't figured out my calories yet. I'll let you know when I figure out my calories. Hopefully my book comes today. So by the end of the video, I'll be able to show you exactly how many calories and points I use for the day. But my tea is free. I'm going to top it with some of this picante sauce on top of my eggs. So there is my breakfast. I've been craving hash browns. So 5 points is a lot for a potato that small, but I'm going to enjoy it. The restaurant was very, very loud, so I ordered a salad, and there's Christy and Sophia. They came to join me for Mother's Day dinner. I had the California chicken with the salad. Sophia had a chicken salad, and Christy had a burger with some fries. Well, I'm back from dinner. We had a very enjoyable dinner. The restaurant wasn't that crowded, but it was so loud. You know how I hate doing voiceovers, but that's why I did a voiceover for our meals. I put the little clip so that you could see what exactly my dish had. When I do it in the tracker, it comes up to 18 points. So I don't know how many points it actually is, but it was delicious. I think it ended up being like 840 calories. So I'm fine with that. My tracker came really late. I didn't see it till I got home from eating. So I'm just not going to bother putting stuff in today. I'm going to start tracking tomorrow. It's not exactly like the one I thought I was ordering. The one I was ordering, I thought, well, you know what? The one I ordered for the food tracker was like a smaller size, and it actually had more stuff to it. It had like a tear out page for the shopping list, which I don't go for a shopping list anyhow, so that didn't really bother me. It had a pocket in the back, which I don't really care about having a pocket in the back, but it was pretty much the same journal. But I think the smaller journal was 6 months, and the one I have is for 4 months, which I'm fine with that too. So I did a review. If you want to check it out, I did a review of it, or an unboxing actually, of the journal. But all in all, I think I had a pretty good day. Tomorrow we're doing Alyssa's birthday, her 16th birthday. Yesterday was her birthday. So we're going to have a pretty good crowd for her birthday tomorrow. And that's about it for now. So like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow.